Hello, welcome to the Mystical Institute of Healing Arts with Alicia McNaughton. Today's topic is the future self and the causal plane. So we want to talk to you a little bit about future information, being able to pull in what's coming up for you, what's coming up for people in the form of readings and visions and psychic information. Our message to you is that working with higher vibrational energy and higher vibrational beings, they are not responsible for making decisions for us. Being in the third dimension is all about being in free will. What our spirit guides do for us is guide and protect and heal and nurture us. Most people think that when they go and see a psychic or get a reading, that they're going to know beyond a shadow of a doubt what's going to happen for them in the future. But the truth is that there are many future outcomes. And the future is something that you yourself are creating. Now, you do have soul contracts and things that you are meant to do in this lifetime. And they may or may not happen depending on the choices that you make. But when you were having your life review, there were certain decisions that you made with the Lords of Karma in the Akashic Records, based on your Akashic Records, when you were watching them and you were deciding what it was that you still needed to learn and that you still needed to heal. You set up certain relationships and places to live and what you would look like and who your parents would be and this and that, so that you could finish old karma, tie up loose ends, explore areas that you still had work to do, that you were still evolving in. And those things have a way of finding their way back to you. They seem to be everywhere you look. And those are the things that are more fated and more destiny. But they have a lot more to do with your growth and your spiritual evolution than they do you just getting what it is that you want. Most people, when they go to get a reading, they want to know when they're going to get their dream job and their dream spouse. Or they want to know when they're going to feel better. And should they do something? So higher vibrational beings, they're not going to take away your free will and take over your life in that way. That would be you giving your power away, and they won't let you do that. They will hold space for you, and they will guide you and bring light to certain areas in your life so that you can see it better, so that you can shift those areas of your life and bring healing to it to help you to evolve, and therefore bringing more fulfillment and resolution and strength and support into your life. So working with the future self is very similar to when we were working with our inner child and being the future self for that inner child. We were able to give ourselves glimpses of our future as our future selves and wisdom based on how far we've come, and guidance, healing, and information for ourselves at a different time in our lives. And we can do that now with our future selves. We can strive to reach up for an answer and meditate on what is going to happen if I go in this direction. Or how am I going to feel if I go in this direction? And some things we have to go through as a faith walk. We're not meant to really see everything because we're being tested. We're getting another opportunity without the information of what happened before to see how we're going to handle certain situations now. And that is part of our evolutionary process. A teacher does not give us all of the answers. And they give us signs, which is information and guidance. They'll send us teachers, soulmates. They'll send us triple digits on license plates and on clocks, number sequences. Help us to feel inspired. Help us to feel understood and listened to. They will increase the frequency and raise the vibration of your reality to soothe the nervous system and to allow you to connect with your higher consciousness, your divine mind. And in that state, there are glimpses of where you're headed based on the energy that you are creating with. Based on the thoughts that you're having, based on the wounding that you carry with you that you're still working on. And they're showing you how it's mirroring in your world. And if you continue to play out that vibration, where it's going to go. These are what our future selves are helping us to see. Some things that we're going to see with our future selves are things that we can heal and bring about a more favorable outcome or future. And some things are unavoidable. There are some things that are around every corner and under every rock that are more along the lines of fate and destiny. Where we're supposed to meet a certain someone, where we're supposed to get a certain job, where we're supposed to be in a certain bloodline or part of the world, or explore certain talents, to trigger a memory, to help us to recall a past lifetime, a pattern, to help us to awaken, to help us to resolve unfinished business while we're here on Earth and make a different decision this time. So sometimes we need glimpses of the past, and sometimes we need glimpses of, hey, what if life could be like this? You might be in a struggle where you're not sure how it's going to turn out yet. And you might be just about ready to give up. And your future self can give you a glimpse that'll show you how well you're doing and how it's going to pay off and why it's a struggle and what you are getting out of working through this issue rather than quitting. There's an old saying, don't quit before the miracle happens. Our higher self can give us glimpses of beautiful outcomes so that when we are in that moment in time, we'll remember, oh my gosh, I saw this in a vision. And now I'm here, this is happening. And other times it comes in the form of, do you remember this pattern? And they'll show you, if you stay in this relationship or in this career path, it's going to be just like it was in this memory, and it could be a memory from your past, and it could be a memory from your past lifetime. It could also be a memory of someone else, but they'll show you something to help you to understand that even though it might feel like you want this, really, if you stick around and you allow yourself to stay, it's going to get worse. And the choice is still yours, but the decision is not always an easy one. And you're going to need glimpses from your future self to really hone in on what you truly want to create. So you can readjust your sails and fly right. Do I need more healing to manifest what it is that I'm looking for? Where is the blockage? What is holding me back from experiencing my true self? And so we're going to go up into an area where we can also work in the causal plane. And in the causal plane is where we manifest from. It's a very dreamy place where we can plant our seeds of intention. And we can weed our gardens. If there are unconscious seeds planted that are overgrown and wreaking havoc and taking up all this energy and space, and we really want to plant flowers and fruit, we can go up into the causal plane and clear some energy to make room for what we are trying to create, what we are really looking for in this life. So I invite you now to have a pen and a paper handy and go on a journey with us to visit your future self. And we'll be working with Ashra, my spirit guide. And so you'll hear my voice change as it does. And my throat starts to clear right before I go into trance. We are walking with you, Ashra is here. Gliding in our many realms to meet you, to lift you up. There are different paths to take. In our seas of transcendence and lineage, we find our realms appropriate here. as they will lift you up into these places you seek answers from, and guidance can be given. Will you create with me now a portal of intention to travel with an animal spirit? There are many here to choose from. Winged creatures such as these are very special and splendid indeed. They filter knowledge and help us to access the memory banks that are liberating. And that conduit of energy is accessing the higher mind right now. Very visible are these creatures of griffin, of Pegasus, of eagle, and of fae. And they lift our hearts and our minds as we work with the angelics, the solar angels, the galactic angels, the personal angels, the archangels. You should start to feel a lift in the room. There are beings of higher service that are coming in to greet you, to help you, to see things from up high through the eyes of the Creator and our higher self. When you are deep down into the emotional despair of a problem, it's difficult to see through that without their assistance to lighten and brighten the space. And as you ask questions, you'll hear it through their lips, working with your higher self in conjunction with all future aspects. As we work with our multi-dimensional selves, you will see that you are also in partnership with more than the earth plane, more than the Akashic records, that there are multiple realms here, really. And so as we access the gene pool of your lineage, we call in Cryon of magnetic service for an upgrade. Where are you creating from that feels heavy or burden-like? Allow a strand of intention made of light and a double helix spiral of DNA to start to move in through that consciousness and release any energy that is unhealthy, that is unwanted, that is unnecessary, for you to manifest peaceful, loving opportunities. Blending with that energy should feel explorative, uplifting, liberating, and free. Allow the breath to take you higher and exhale like a gray mist to the light. Anything that is undesirable in your field. Letting go here of reasons and storylines that are bringing you down. We're going to uplift you to a different channel. A new paradigm or understanding is on the horizon. If you have questions, hold them in your mind. Visualize them being sent with a thought into the future self that has an answer for you. We need to know where we're headed. What does it look like a year from today? What am I doing? Where am I working? Am I satisfied doing that? What changes would assist me in creating something more manageable in, let's say, 2 years' time? Am I with the same people? Asking for a sea of listening as we just sit here and breeze in the information, holding the pen and the paper handy if we want to jot anything down. How can I manifest better in this area of my life? I'm feeling misunderstood, bleak, left out even. There are people who are way ahead of me. Why am I so behind? What is it that is keeping me stuck here? And for what reason? I so desire something else. Please help me. Help me to loosen its grip and hold on me. Allow me to move with the current, with the flow. Show me an answer. I'm ready to go. Allowing one or more of these beautiful beings of light to travel with us now into a higher space of creation. Allowing a glide of companionship to rise up underneath you and carry you up into the causal plane. Like the phoenix rising from the ashes, feel a breath of fresh air lifting throughout your being. Transcendent One. Feeling the clouds as they float by you and they disperse in the air. And there's a thickness to the atmosphere as the pressure drops from underneath. We are no longer thinking things through, we are feeling. And the energy is wise here. Our wisdom manifests too, you see. Breathe in your wisdom and truth and light as you are in this space of higher thought. Nothing can hold you back here. Everything is given with ease and grace. And the rise and the fall of the breath. With our pulse, we are feeling anticipation, nearing our garden, taking a look, gliding overhead. Take a look at all of our weeds that need pulling. Step onto it. There's a place that needs sowing. Root ball and all, pull it out using your bare hands. And then just breathe in the consciousness of hope and loving things. Feeling the freshness of security rising in the richness of the soil. Protection and deepening wisdom. Planting seeds of enlightenment, of feeling safe, of understanding. Companions that are fruitful and a blessing, and also being one to other people. When you have something of value, you will attract what you need. When you know what it is that you have, And you give from a place of sharing, of inspiration, of loving creation, of bringing back the bliss into the human world. You are fruitful as ever. And there is a peace in that. Release anything here that doesn't serve you or that isn't yours. Honoring it and allowing it to move on as the light twinkles away. The pieces that are stray and alliances are made to keep you safe. We're asking that all the medicine that is planted is in the highest good of all concerned in our garden. And we read the rest out. Bringing in the weavers. We express the fluidity of our nature to be able to stretch our wings up high and see this bird's eye view. Gratefully, we honor its medicine for meeting you here today. There's so much to be said here. Listen to what they say. Is there a fruit that is ready to be taken home from our garden? Take a look around. What is rising from the sand and the soil? Allow it to move over to you quite naturally, with ease and grace. Open it. Explore. What are you looking at? What piece of you has risen? Does it need to grow more, or is it ready to be plucked? Asking your guides and your ancestors to show you what is your true nature here. What is the pride of the family leaning into through this vine? How much further do you need to go to blossom? These are the steps that you will take. Allow them to be shown to you. These glimpses are future visions of yours, Dreamweaver. it is time now for you to free the mind and explore and understand the depths of your promise to them. And they weave a little of their light and their courage to share with you. The dreams are worth having. And they also warn you of some of the things and the entanglements and the places that you are still clinging to that need to go. Let them be, as they are not for me. Time to move on. Pulling those weeds out, we feel much lighter, much more excited again, knowing that we have recovered and we are blessed and we can grow again. Our roots are sacred. They come from many places. Let us combine our efforts here. For the purpose of living cleaner and breathing the fresh air. How are we contributing to Mother Earth? What can we do to honor the system of man? How can we reduce our carbon footprint and live in harmony peacefully with other beings? Let us plant these things. For when we work with nature in harmony, the land sings and creates with us and brings the many blessings home that we are looking for. Would you like that? Thanking all the beautiful blessings for weeding our garden, for helping us to have insight and creation energy. As we go now, we bring a peace with us that is ours and leave the rest to grow. So gracious, so helpful are the many who showed up for you today. Bring these blessings to the earth plane as they are grateful too. Plant a seed in your garden at home and watch it grow. Speak to them wisely and listen. Going down, 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 we make our way out of the causal plane. We ease back into the womb space of our creation energy in the 3D, knowing so much more than we did before. Oh, blessed ancestors, we thank you. Until we meet again, Ashra.